to me. The record for cutting through human bodies in one swing is 7. So for those of you that believe the answer to life, the universe, and everything is 42, not yet. 7 at a time. It takes 6 swings to get there. So if I go, wah, and she swings the sword, it's the kind of block I can only pull off once.
Twice.
I like that. That's, yeah, 2 arms, 2. Wow, we really consider that a Darwin Award. So, for the samurai, once they got the first few Darwin Award winners weeded out of the gene pool, what they discovered was this amazing secret of the Orient that I'm going to share with you because most of us don't have this figured out. If someone takes a 3-foot sharpened razor blade and swings it violently at your head, the best thing you can do is move! I didn't say it was rocket science, just that it was difficult. Remember what I do for a living? I teach sword combat. Guess what the hardest thing to teach my students is? Move! Because they want to stand there and be all big and tough. And, well, if you stand still, you're what we call a target. And if you stand still against one of the girls in our school with a weapon, you're going to be what we call jello. By the time they're done, because they will keep stomping in what's left until it soaks into the carpet. Anyway, so what the samurai discovered was they swing and move. You get out of the way. It's amazing. They swing and you don't stay there. That's enough.
You signed up for this.
This was not in my vows. I remember love, honor, I really remember the obey part. I don't remember getting hit by a sword. Look, 2 or 3 times is for their benefit, for them to figure out what I'm talking about. Beyond that, it's just abuse.
Is it technically abuse if it doesn't hit you?
Yeah, they call it assault with a deadly weapon. If they hit you, it's called murder. Maybe suicide. No, that's merit. No. Which brings us to the next part of our show. Both morons with swords. I mean,
Thank you.
I can play with my sword. Look, you know that's not what I mean. I would never do that on stage. No, me and Pee Wee Herman.
Oh, that's even worse.
Somewhere out there, somebody's remembering Pee Wee Herman and going, yeah. Same guy that knew Mitch Hedberg. You're as warped as I am.
Isn't that your son's sword too?
How much worse do we want to take this? Are you ready? Here it goes. Yeah, I thought it was a little shorter. That would be why they call him me. Now, who have not been offended beyond words, are ready to go You know the amazing thing is, I get hired because I'm a professional martial artist. The comedy and the humor, none of them asked for. And if you tell them I'm saying these things, I'll deny it. Okay, you're all videotaping. If you take 2 morons with swords, and do sword combat, what you see is this. Isn't that cool? Nobody's cheering. Do you know why you're not cheering? Because it looked like 2 3-year-olds with sticks. Remember I talked about the 3-year-olds with sticks?
Yep.
You kind of hope as they get older, they get better and they're smarter. Not always. But no one's impressed because we're not actually aiming at each other. And if we miss, it doesn't matter. Whoops. Well, because we're not swinging at each other. Gentlemen, when you upset the lady fair in your life, and it will happen, when she gets really angry, she's not going to take that skillet and go, I don't like you anymore. Zing! Or over there. No, it's coming right down Broadway, which on a non-blonde is a lethal injury.
The first thing that comes to mind.
Combat. If someone swings a 3-foot sharpened razor blade violently at your head, through 24 years of serious martial arts study and training, I have developed this amazing technique I want you to watch. You ready? Ready? You see this? I call it blocking. I highly recommend blocking. Blocking is when the violent person takes their sword, they swing it violently at your head, and you take your sword and you put it between their sword and your face. It doesn't work as well from behind.
Sweetheart, there's a problem with your block, though.
No, my block was perfect. It looked really cool. They even took my picture. I was like this. It was awesome.
Okay, look, there's a problem with just blocking.
You're right. I should have done the whole.
Alright, folks, they say a picture's worth 1,000 words, and you already know he talks too much, so we're just going to show you.
Yeah.
I'm swinging at your head again. Do your cool block.
Okay. Yeah.
Alright, hit me back!
You got it, man.
I thought I said there was a problem here.
Right, this sucks. And not in a good way. That's not what I meant.
Why not?
You already forgot the part that you talked to him about earlier, where if somebody jumps out with a sword and swings at your head, you're supposed to...
Look at it, because it's really shiny. I heard that. You know, we're from Iowa. That's like a mating call. Oh, with a V.
Like, get out of the way!
Okay, that makes
So
more sense.
when you do the blocking thing, you're going to do it like math. You're going to...
No, I don't want to do math. If I wanted to do math, I would have been a stage.
It's simple math, though. You're going to add together blocking and moving.
I can't. I'm terrible at math. I'm telling you. I like pictures. I'm just bad at math. You guys laughed. I've been telling that joke for 6 years, and that's the first time. Wow, talk about a slow blooming. So,
Use it to
Okay. Block and move. It's going to let you do...
do I have to do them at the same time?
Yes!
I can't do that. I'm a man. I cannot do 2 things at once.
All right.
Don't be so helpful.
You swing your sword at me then.
I can hit you with a sword
Uh-huh.
in front of them,
Uh-huh.
and this is okay.
Sure.
I love this show. Alright, so I swing and you're gonna blah, yeah, blah, blah, whatever. But I get to hit you with a sword.
Uh-huh.
Hey!
I
Something about that seems off. Let's do it again.
win. Okay. You swing, I block and move.
Yeah, whatever. Just do it right this way.
Okay. No! I still win. Let's try
This
again.
is starting to be like our first date. One more time?
Okay.
Alright. You might want to come out of the corner. That's my only clock. They can't tell time very well. Or math. You ready? It's on this end though, I'm not pulling this straight.
Okay.
Alright. No! Alright, this sucks. Who wrote this part of our script?
That'd be me.
Look, I know you didn't write this part of our show. Do you know how I know? There were no crayon marks anywhere.
Because you ate all my crayons last night.
Is that what that was? I thought you were cooking again, dear. The bad part is I was going to thank her after the show. Supper last night was better than normal, and I was going to see if we could have the same thing tonight, too.
That's it. Give me no more swords for you.
Oh, you're giving up, huh? Because girls can't fight with swords. Now you want to use something maybe a little more of a size you can handle? I hate it.
No, no. Yeah, it was her. The chick over there.
All weekend.
Are you sure that's where you want to put that?
Funny you should mention that. There were times on the battlefield when a samurai would find himself without their sword. And I mentioned before, unlike today's video games, you couldn't just push pause on the battlefield. You had to keep going. Usually there were 3 reasons why a samurai would lose their sword. Reason number 1, incompetent samurai, and he dropped his sword. We fired that guy. Reason number 2 why samurai would not have his sword, crappy sword, and it broke. We don't buy swords from that guy. The katana was arguably the finest handheld weapon ever crafted. It was designed to stand up against other weapons, human bodies, hard skulls. So they didn't break very often, which leaves us with reason number 3 why a samurai would find himself without a sword, and our personal favorite. I left my sword in that guy. That guy. Because there were times on the battlefield you would skewer your opponent, they'd go, ah, and fall down dead like he did before our first panel. Good acting, by the way. The William Shatner School of Acting. She has no idea who William Shatner is. See? But for the samurai, if they found themselves disarmed that way, they couldn't just stop. They had to keep going. For that reason, they carried a backup weapon. It was a single-edged dagger called a tanto. No relation to the Lone Ranger. Sorry, we're from Iowa. So the samurai would carry this tanto, sharp, not sharp, as a backup weapon on the battlefield, and they would carry it in the front of their sash. Now, while I demonstrate how you use the tanto, if you see me holding the knife upside down and you're going, God, he's an idiot, he's holding the knife upside down, you may be right. But it's not because of how I'm holding the knife. Okay? The knife was carried edge up while in the sash for a very good reason. You're only going to use this knife under duress. You're being attacked on the battlefield, you don't have a weapon, and you have to be able to grab this weapon, yank it out, and use it to devastating effect really quickly. Gentlemen, if you take a sharp knife and put it edge down in the front of your pants, and the only time you need this is under duress, and you yank that out and go, wah! That's a problem there are no little blue pills for. I know. So the knife was carried edge up, and if